Hello world, this is going to be a video response to Coco and Mead's topic on polygamy. Um, I'm going to go through and try to elaborate a bit more on what Coco and Me mentioned, and also throw in some other topics such as the polyamory or polyamory, along the lines of polyandry. Is love really selfish? The monogamous relationships, the benefits of polygamy versus monogamy, pros and cons, free will, things along those lines. So let me get started here. I believe that Coco and Me mentioned that the polygamists down in Texas had their children taken away because they were simply a polygamy clan. And of course, I agree that if the children were being sexually abused or physically abused or mentally abused along those lines, yes, their children should be taken away from them. But just because of, I guess, a certain belief value, I don't think that's a valid argument to do so. But this pretty much is going to fall under the same lines of it's a matter of free will and our decision as adults to make our own choices. And so that's where I'm going to be heading with this. Coco and Me mentioned that it's a crime for, I guess, multiple women or multiple men to love one person, but it's not really a crime to go and impregnate all those women and leave them with kids and then child support or not paying child support. So the system is quite broken. But to go on and to elaborate the benefits of polygamy, I guess, from my standpoint, uh, there's probably some guys out there that want to have a really large and big family. And just to give you a point of reference, my grandfather had around between 18 to 20 plus kids, and each one of them had between 5 to 10 kids apiece, and the generation as it keeps going on, it's still like 5 to 10. So my grandpa alone spawned like over 200 some uh, descendants, family members, however you want to call it. But if we're going on that, and I guess biology and the medical health of women, I've learned in college, or at least what they told me, that childbirth and childbearing takes its toll on a woman's health and body. And of course, I don't disagree with that. I'm not sure if it really shortens her lifespan, um, but that's a different topic. And if a woman doesn't want to have, let's say, more than 2, 3 kids, and let's say the guy wants to have a large family between 5 to 10, of course we can go through and go over the pros and cons of can he or she really support the family and with the income be able to give the kids enough love, etc. All that all of that is a different issue and something to be discussed on its own right. But if you have multiple wives, then you can at least share and split the duty of 2 kids here, 2 kids there, etc. Um, Sex should probably never be boring. There shouldn't be lack of sex, at least for the man or the guy. If one wife has a headache or not feeling well, there's always the other. And it doesn't even have to be sex with the man. I mean, if the women, the wives, if they want to experiment and experience the other side, I mean, all it takes is free will to choose and the sense of experimenting. So, as long as you have someone else willing to do it with you, I don't see the problem with that. So, and if we bring into the kind of, you have multiple partners, you get STDs. Well, if everyone is clean to begin with, I don't see how you would contract an STD within that clean group unless someone went outside of that group. Um, let's see here. As far as just looking at things from a population standpoint, if I'm not mistaken, the population of the world, women pretty much outrank men by so much number of ratio. Let's say 3 to 1, 5 to 1, 7 to 1, 10 to 1. Anyways, I just know that as far as I know, that the ratio of women to men, they outnumber us. And if going on the most basic principle case that no one should be lonely, I mean, why not match up more women to men so that no one has to be lonely? They can be loved, they can have someone to care for them, etc. Uh, but I mean, this is not to undermine women's own independence, if that's how they want to be or anything. Uh, Again, this view is just my view. I'm not saying that I'm a polygamist. I will say that I do support it because in terms of free will, our own choice. Is that to say that I'm against monogamous relationships? No, by no means am I saying that. I mean, I'm just saying that everyone has their choice to make the relationship, what's the word I'm looking for, to be exclusive to just those two partners, or they can make it exclusive to two, three, four, five, six, however many. But this is not to say that this is forcing all of these women or men into these polyandry or polygynous for the men's side. For men, it's polygamy, one man, multiple wives. For women, it's polyandry, one woman, multiple men, multiple husbands. And it really should be a two-way street. It should not be condoned as far as, oh, because he can have many female partners, that doesn't mean that she can't have many male partners. If it's to be legalized, it should be for both ways. So that's all I'm really saying, is that it should be fair and it should be equal.